Good morning. Happy Thursday. Oh, rabbit. It's Leza live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Happy May 1st, everybody.
First day of May.
First day in May. May Day. Did you say rabbit, first thing out of your mouth this morning when you woke up?
No.
No. Matt?
Heck no.
I did. I did.
Good girl.
Scott woke me up and he's like, rabbit. I'm like, oh, rabbit. So it's supposed to bring you good luck. I don't know. I feel like I've got good luck. So knock on wood when you say that, right? So how's everybody on this Thursday morning? You know how we all feel about Thursdays, the gateway to the weekend.
I'm ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt's a little...
Incredible. Such a good day.
Matt's a little sad this morning.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I think we should talk about it because it's actually
cry.
a blessing in disguise, Matt.
It is not a blessing.
May I share your story or would you like to?
Yeah, go for it.
So Matt's father sent him this beautiful rose bush for his congratulations for his new home. And there's a long story involved with the rose bush and why, but Matt will have to tell you all that. But anyway, so then Matt went and bought another one so he could plant them in his brand new yard underneath of his mother's window when she stays here. And then, so he set them out there where he's going to plant them. And this morning, what happened, Matt?
The roses are no longer with us.
The deer ate them. How do you know it was the deer and it wasn't just a neighbor that picked them?
Well, it looks like teeth marks, so maybe it was one of my neighbors coming over and chewing on them.
But I told Nat that this is a blessing in disguise because he didn't go to all the trouble of planting them, and then the deer ate them. So now you know not to plant them there because now the deer know.
Well, where am I going to plant them? Because they grow to 5 to 6 feet.
Yeah, you've got to put them behind a fence or...
I don't have one of those.
Yeah, you're going to want to put them in a pot maybe on your deck. I don't know, but do you agree with me, Drew?
Well, I have roses in the front of my house, and the deer come and get them. But you know what? Typically, they don't ruin it. They just eat a few of the things, and then they go.
They ate all his flowers.
Yeah, I had
every flower.
4 of them, and they got... It is just green stems now.
Yeah, he showed me the picture.
They'll grow more flowers.
He showed me before and after.
Yeah.
It didn't even make it 12 hours, Drew.
Now, I would say don't plant them there. That would be my, we need a professional to call in.
Josh.
928-541-1016. Yeah, Ken Lane, Josh Crothers, somebody, please. I would say don't plant them there. But they say to plant bushes in your yard that do not attract the animals.
Well, what I don't understand is my neighbors across the street.
They have them?
Well, I don't know about roses, but they have a lot of very colorful flowers right now.
Yeah.
And no creature was touching them.
Well, if you go to Waters Garden Center, I know this because I used to work there, and they are so good about helping you pick plants for your yard that the animals will not bother.
I have been in my house. I mean, granted, I haven't been there much. Everybody always asks how well it is, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't spend much time there.
Right.
I sleep there, but I have not seen a deer yet.
Oh, well, they're there, obviously.
Obviously, something is eating the roses.
I know. Well...
Unless some teenager drove by and went like, oh, that's pretty. But I don't think so.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, he ran out of Tide Pods.
Oh,
maybe they were hungry. I don't know.
I'm sorry that happened. I know how frustrating that can be, but I would say plant them elsewhere. Or it's going to be a fight. You're going to...
Or I just plant them and put up a fence.
You could plant them and put up a fence. My neighbor down the road put up, he had all these new trees, and he put up these tall guards around all these trees so that the animals would leave them alone. And, it's working.
Again, this is why we need the professional.
Yeah.
Josh,
where are they? They're all
obviously
working.
They don't listen. They're working.
Yeah, 928-541-1016. Advice for Matt on his roses in his front yard of his beautiful brand new house.
And the thing that's wild to me, I don't want to get too deep into the story about why I have it and all that stuff. You got things to discuss. I'm sure something fell into a margarita or something to do with poop or boogers. It'll come out.
Please.
That's way more important. But
please.
my parents, I did not know this. My dad's talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I thought my mom was the gardener. No, it's my dad. There are rose bushes in my parents' house back home.
Yeah.
That are over 50 years old.
Isn't that something? And you got to take care of roses. You can't just plant them and leave them.
No.
They need to be pruned. They need to be fed. as far as I know.
Yeah, you
like
gotta
I said,
take care of them.
I'm not an expert, but it looks like somebody is calling in to
yes.
share some experience. Caller Kristen. Kristen is
People
on the
all
line.
time.
Hi.
Yes. They make deer repellent if you want to go out and buy it.
Okay.
Or you can buy mothballs and put the mothballs around. Keeps away the skunks, keeps away the raccoons, keeps away everything.
Except for the squirrels. Because I tried it with the squirrels.
I'm not a person who knows a squirrel, so I can't really tell you.
Right.
I thought that was pretty funny what I said. Okay, never mind.
Kristen, where do you get the deer repellent? Is that at Home Depot? Is that Waters?
You can get it anywhere.
Waters.
Okay.
Really, we used to live in Colorado.
True Value.
We had a lot of deer and elk, and they don't bother our yard here because I don't plant what they like. But when we would have vegetable gardens, we would plant cosmos as a perimeter around the in-ground vegetable gardens. They also don't like those little yellow flowers. I can't think of what they are, but they like little chrysanthemums, like little mums.
Okay.
They don't like those. They taste bitter.
Marigolds too, I think.
Yes, marigolds. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
Won't waste your time.
No,
you have a couple choices. I'm sure you're going to have more.
Thank you, Christine.
I love your program. I love it.
Oh, thank you for listening, and thank you for joining in. We love your advice.
Thanks
You're
for the help.
welcome anytime.
Okay.
I need it. Believe me, more than you
I
know.
know you do.
Yeah. She knows.
She's like, I listen every morning.
Let's go with it. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, okay, so we need to get you some deer repellent.
Here's the other
or
interesting
plants
thing.
Some marigolds.
I think this is why I'm so shaken up about it. My old house, my neighbor next door had so many rose bushes that bloomed all year round that were just a nuisance. They were almost a weed. They were grow so well.
You planted, or you had some very tasty roses, obviously.
Clearly,
Yes.
Yeah.
it is called a rainbow sorbet. So maybe it tasted like
that
sorbet.
could be part of the problem, Matt.
Absolutely. We also got a call from Jim Lamerson, and he said you could also go to Sportsman's Paradise, and it's called Lion's Pea, and it's to repel the deers.
Is it actual lion's pee?
I didn't get a chance to.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, but that's what it's called. And you get it at Sportsman's Paradise, he said.
Well, and he hung up, didn't even give us the update on the Eagles?
Please stand by. Sportsman's Paradise, is that Sportsman's Warehouse? Do you men call Sportsman's Warehouse Paradise? I think my husband does.
Well, just to each other.
That was cute.
I couldn't tell you. The
That
one
was
off
cute.
69.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
he was,
That's Sportsman's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Oh, is that warehouse?
Okay, so
Oh.
Lion's Pea. You've got some options, Matt.
Perfect.
Don't be down in the
You know
dumps.
what's even better? This would give me an excuse to get a pet lion.
Hey, now,
Oh, there you go.
now you're talking.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Now you're talking like a. Never mind. Okay, so I'm sorry that happened, but like I said, it is a blessing in disguise. You don't know how hard those things are to plant. I mean, it's
I don't
a
know.
big deal.
I still think I'm probably going to plant them.
Plant 'em.
I think I'm going to go with Drew and plant them, and I'm going to
get some repellent.
I'll have to get a
some
fence
lion's
and a lion.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a pet lion.
Some kind of repellent.
I'm going to call him Simba.
Will you do me a favor and keep us up to date on the goings-on?
I will.
In your yard.
And for those of you who know roses, so the one that my dad sent me is
Yes.
called a Mr. Lincoln.
Okay.
And there's a long story behind why he sent me a Mr. Lincoln.
Can you do a short version of the long story?
I basically planted one for my mom for either Mother's Day or her birthday. They're both around the same time. I don't remember.
Right.
May. So good
Yeah.
day for it.
Yeah.
And I was either 10 or 12. And it is still producing extremely well.
See, and
And that's 30 plus years.
isn't that so sweet? So his dad was doing something very thoughtful and sentimental and sent that actual kind of rose.
Correct.
Yes. So, yeah, you're going to have to work really hard to keep those things going because it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It's
and
important.
then the other one
Drew's
is
shaking his head. He's like, just get the repellent. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
You know, I did roses in my other house, not up here because of the weather, but I actually had certified yellow roses of Texas.
wow.
And the main thing
Of
is,
course he did.
yeah, of course he did. The main thing is you need to dig a big enough hole. You need to make sure the soil's correct.
Yeah.
The main thing is to water it and just trim it, and once they get going, they'll just go.
That's not true.
So
my mom had a rose garden, and you have to trim them, you have to prune them, you have to feed them. I'm not trying to discourage you.
No, something just hit me in the head.
What?
Charlotte Hall has amazing roses.
Yes.
How do they keep the critters out of there?
They have a fence.
They do have a fence.
A big, scary fence. Very aggressive.
But they still have critters, little critters. But again, they're not getting deer in there.
Okay, are we done talking about this?
No.
Only if you're done.
I'm about done.
Well, on to the booger stories.
No, I have no booger stories this morning. I do have some things to look forward to in May, though. Would you like to hear them?
Of course.
Would you like to guess what they are?
Well,
no,
we already have May Day done, so there's graduations galore.
Right, lots. Can you believe April came and went without a blink of an eye?
Yes.
I mean, come on. We are in the 5th month of this year. Time is just flying by way too fast. I'm just going to say it there. All right. So in sports, we have the NBA and NHL playoffs. They will continue throughout the month. The Kentucky Derby is Saturday. Then the Preakness on May 17th. The PGA Championship starts May 15th. The Indy 500 is May 25th. And the French Open starts the same day. Lots of sports to look forward to in May. In movies, Thunderbolts hits theaters tomorrow, which you're going to see, right?
Yes,
tonight.
That is my review for tomorrow. Yeah,
okay.
It comes out tonight, and they have a showing almost every hour on the hour.
Okay, so you know what else is coming out? Alec Baldwin's Western Rust. More than 3 years after the tragic on-set shooting. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that movie's...
Is it a movie? I thought it was a TV show.
I thought it was, too. It says it's a movie. It says they're also doing a video-on-demand release of Rust the same day. So, looks like it's a movie.
Well, I'll go watch it.
Friendship with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd opens this month. And Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning lands May 23rd. Are you going to see that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yep.
Along with the new live-action Lilo and Stitch. You're going to see that too, huh?
Of course.
You got to take Little Booger to that.
I got to go when there's, I got to go to the late show when there's no children or parents there.
That's weird, Matt.
Well, they don't like it. They don't like it when I'm there. They're like, why is this single giant dude in here by himself? Why is he sitting in the back? Honestly, I get looks when I go to kids' movies alone.
You're not going to see Lilo and Stitch alone.
Who would I take?
I'll go with you, so you don't have to. I don't want to, but I'll go with you.
Well, you don't want to drive all the way to Prescott Valley.
Maybe you can go to the picture show for that one.
Get snacks, get your Camelback. You'll make it. You're not walking over there.
A change of clothes.
Whatever. It's not that far.
It's a joke, people. It's a joke.
Sure.
Some other things. Of course, we've got the holidays, the big one coming up on Monday, Cinco de Mayo. We are going to have a huge celebration. Everybody's invited to tune in or drop in. I can't stop you.
No. Kelly's not going to have enough margaritas for everybody.
She's bringing in mock garitas. And El Charro Norte will be in with some chow. We've got Sky Conwell and his not mariachi band, but they do play Latino music, so they're coming. It's going to be fun. So that's coming up on Monday. Of course, Mother's Day. I love that day, too, on the 11th, and Memorial Day on the 26th. Of course, Star Wars Day is coming up.
Yeah, but I've boycotted May the 4th. I think it's ridiculous.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Because the original Star Wars Day and the real Star Wars Day is May 25th, because that's when the film came out in 1977. So why can't you just do that day?
Why can't there be more than one Star Wars Day?
I'm okay with more than one Star Wars Day, but people don't celebrate it. They celebrate May the 4th, which is ridiculous.
May the 4th be with you.
Right. It doesn't make any sense. Well, and the biggest holiday in May
is National Teachers Day on the 6th.
Nope.
National Mimosa Day on the 16th.
That's close.
Armed Forces Day on the 17th.
That's a good one.
I know which one you're talking about. It's National Hamburger Day on the 28th.
That's a good one. Close.
Is there another holiday?
Yeah. May 29th, Ma Hinshaw's birthday.
Oh, of course. May 29th. Right after National Hamburger Day.
Right after. Yep. Then it's National Ma Hinshaw Day.
Perfect. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back because we have more to discuss before we get to our wonderful guests who are waiting for their turn here on Leza Live. Stay with us. So taking care of your health should never be an afterthought, and at Prescott Women's Clinic, it isn't. For over 4 decades, they've been the trusted choice for women's health care in our community. I mean, that's over 40 years they've been here, taking care of the women in our community. They're not going anywhere. They offer everything you need. Annual exams, pregnancy care, menopause support. Their team is compassionate, knowledgeable, and ready to provide the care you deserve. And one of the doctors over there, Dr. Jeff Osborne, I went to high school with in Scottsdale. So that is something too, all right? Give them a call. Make an appointment, 928-778-4300, or visit them online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA. I have a programming note for y'all. It looks like the team, 1450 AM, will be covering the Prescott Badgers first round Class 4A state playoff game. Saturday's game will be a home game for the Badgers. The opponent will be announced this afternoon. If the Badgers win Saturday, there will be games on Monday and Wednesday next week. That is on our sister station, KNOT, the team, 1450 AM. So that's pretty exciting. Love covering local sports. Because you know what you do? While you're working, hard all day, you put the game on your radio, on your computer, on your app, and enjoy some local sports. Multitask. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I wanted to let you guys know that today is phone-in sick day. A little late, right? Since we're already here.
I should have with all the construction out there.
I know, that's exactly what Nikki said. She says,
Ooh.
Coming in, what a nightmare.
Oh, it was awful. It normally takes me 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
I had to go wind around, do a couple U-turns, do some legal things, but I made it.
Oh, good.
Just 10 minutes late, but it's fine.
Okay. What about you?
No, I had no problem, of course. Nobody
nobody's
on the road,
out.
But our Dr. Finn, who was here for the talk show, he was actually late because he was like, he got into town. It took him like 15 minutes to get here with all the construction.
Yeah.
So give yourself a lot of time, people. Don't be in a hurry.
Right.
Just, chill out a little.
Here's some good news. It'll all be done by July 4th.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that for fact, but I'm assuming, as the hordes of people come up from the valley, usually they like to get all that stuff taken care of before the 4th.
May. If it takes that long to do,
that's 2 months. Where you got to be?
Here?
Where you got to be?
Put an extra 5 minutes in your travel, you'll be fine.
You'll
5
be
minutes?
Just fine. Hey, guys, today is World Password Day. I have some information for you. A cybersecurity firm has timed just how long it takes the average hacker to crack your password, and regardless of how complex it is, and if it's only 4 characters long, it takes less than 1 second. A password with 5 characters using numbers and upper and lowercase letters would take a hacker just 2 hours to figure out. but a combination of 8 random characters, numbers, and symbols would take 164 years to crack. Go up to 12 character combo, and now we're talking 3 billion years. I'm trying to think. Do I have it? I don't have any 4 character passwords. They're at least 7. That's interesting, don't you think? It's good to know on International Password Day.
I think most places require you to do more than 4.
A lot of them do now, huh?
Yeah.
They still say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is still the most popular and the most hacked password out there. Why are people still using that?
So you don't forget it?
Well, yeah, you don't forget it, but I mean, that's the first one I would try, right? If I were a hacker, I'm just saying.
Supposedly now with AI and some of the new intelligent things they're coming up with,
Yeah.
they said anything can be hacked now within minutes. So who knows?
When, oh, when.
Just hope that we get honest people and we don't have to deal with that.
I don't think that's going to happen, but you keep dreaming. It's National College Decision Day, Global Love Day, a worldwide celebration of love, whether you hug your neighbor or a tree or a rose bush. In Matt's case, it's up to you.
I'm not going to hug it. It still has the thorns. It just doesn't have the buds.
School Principals Day. Now, that's a tough job. Do you remember your favorite school principal?
The one that didn't paddle me.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Drew knew his principals well, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Real well. First name basis.
I had a really cool principal when I was in elementary school. His name was Mr. Yates, and he drove an orange Corvette. I mean, weird, right?
Remember.
I know, right? The things you remember. But anyway.
Now, our principal was Mr. Burchell, and he drove a Jaguar.
No way.
Yeah,
was it a private school?
No.
Oh, well, interesting.
He was a car guy, though.
Yeah. Well, so was Mr. Yates.
Yeah.
You know, that was back when the orange Corvette was the car.
Yeah, and Corvettes are Corvettes still.
Talking the 70s.
Yeah.
I tried not to know my principals.
Oh.
I tried to float under the radar.
Right. Probably a good idea. So by this weekend, Elon Musk could have his own city. Have you heard about this? There's an election on Saturday to officially turn 1.5 square miles in South Texas, where SpaceX and Tesla call home, into an incorporated city called Starbase. The chances are pretty good considering most of the 283 residents who are eligible to vote on it are also his employees. But some people nearby are worried it'll give Musk even more power and possibly take control of a popular beach not far from there. This is serious. Starbase.
I don't know, man. If it brings us, Jedis and Sith and,
right.
all those wonderful things, I'm down for it.
You're down for it. Are you down for this?
I just want a lightsaber.
You don't have a lightsaber?
No, like a real one.
A real one he wants.
You don't have a real one? Who doesn't have a real one?
I don't think you have a real one.
I don't have a real one. I'm just trying to impress you there.
I would be impressed.
This might impress you.
Okay.
Sometime this month, an old Soviet spaceship is going to come crashing back down to Earth. Cosmos 482 was launched more than a half a century ago on a mission to explore Venus, but couldn't get out of Earth's orbit and has been up there ever since. That's quite a long time. Scientists expect it to fall back down around May 9th. Problem is, they don't know exactly where. It weighs 1,000 pounds, and because it has a heat shield, it will not burn up in the atmosphere. Something to look forward to around May 9th.
So we're all in imminent danger.
Well, possibly. Possibly.
It'll probably end up in the ocean.
Probably.
That's what we mostly have is ocean.
I know, but we'll just have to keep our eye out to see where it lands. Hopefully it won't land on Starbase.
Could be the start of the base, though.
You want more? I've got more. Cardinals from all over the world will pick the new pope, but Italians are playing the at-home version of the Conclave. It's an online game called Fanta Papa. And it's kind of like fantasy football without the bets. Each player picks 11 of their favorite cardinals. When those cardinals are mentioned in the worldwide media, they score points. I love this. We need to play this. The game jumped up to 60,000 players just this week. Anybody can play as long as you can read Italian. I don't read Italian, but I've got
We're
AI.
out. Drew's got it,
We
though.
could put it in AI. Won't AI translate Italian?
I'm sure it would.
Yeah. I don't know.
Your phone would.
Yeah.
Sure, you can.
We're fine.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's a cardinal with his name is like Pizza. Like legitimately, his name is Pizza.
Yeah.
He has my vote all day long.
Of course he does.
I mean, come on, Father Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Listen to this. Wonder how long before Apple issues a new security update now that computer researchers have found a ton of previously undiscovered ways to hack into iPhones and MacBooks through Apple AirPlay. That's the feature that lets you shoot music or video onto speakers or TVs. They found that hackers could easily ride that shared Wi-Fi connection and infect the device.
We need to take these hackers out and get rid of them.
I know, right? Just leave us alone. We love our technology.
Yeah, make our lives more
Or
difficult.
stop buying iPhones.
Like Androids are going to make a difference.
Thank you, Drew. You took the words right out of my mouth. All right. I have more, but I think we should move on. I did the 4 things to look forward to. I did the sports programming. Yeah, it's time. It's time to move on. We have Jim Quinn and Nikki Simonson from the Mountain Artists Guild coming in to talk about the Mother's Day Weekend Fine Art Festival on the Courthouse Plaza. It's coming up not this weekend, but next weekend. And it's been around forever. I'll let them tell you all about it when they come in next here on Leza Live. So, Prescott, when your heater gives up in the middle of a cold night or your AC decides to quit during a summer heat wave, you gotta call AC Medic Heating and Air. Locally owned and operated. They're the trusted pros who show up on time and get the job done right the first time. And they offer seniors, veterans, and first responders 10% off all repairs. So don't wait until you're sweating or shivering. Give them a call. AC Medic Heating and Air, 928-848-6224. Again, 928-848-6224. Welcome back. Welcome back to Leza Live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Megan Smith. Where's Megan Smith? That was interesting. I'd like to welcome in studio with us this morning Jim Quinn and Nikki Simonson from the Mountain Artists Guild. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome back.
Leza.
Thank you for coming in.
Sure.
We're all excited about the Mother's Day Weekend Fine Art Festival on the Courthouse Plaza. It's coming up not this weekend, but next weekend. And it is a favorite of everybody's because, like you just said during the break, it basically kicks off all the festivals around the
Right.
Courthouse Plaza for the summer season.
Right.
And you told me that this has been around since 1953.
It
Yeah.
has.
That
Yeah.
is amazing. So tell us a little bit about the history, how it got started.
Well, it was just, the guild has been around since 1949.
Okay.
And I think it started out as kind of a smaller event and just built up over the years. and now we have about 110 vendors that come.
110?
110,
Wow.
plus or minus a few.
Right.
And there's a lot of really great artisans and artists that come from out of state and, around town. So it's a real fun event. What they have down at the wine tent, they've got music, which is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the food vendors, which is, you got to have
always
food.
fun.
Got to have food.
Yum.
Right?
You got to have food. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, how do you choose who's going to be part of it? How do you choose the artists? Is there a juried selection, or how does it work?
They apply.
Yes.
And then they go into, we have a lady that does festivals all over the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And she chooses and kind of sends them to us, and then we say yes or no.
Right.
And some don't get in because we're trying to keep it as mainly a fine arts festival.
Right. It's not a craft fair.
No.
We have lots of craft fairs around the
Right.
plaza. We love those as well, but this is designated fine art.
Right.
And
Right.
that's what sets it apart, I think, in a lot of ways.
It is.
We also change it up a little every year.
Yes.
So we have the people that have been with us for years and years that we want to reward those people and
Sure.
keep them. But also we want to mix it up a little. So if you came last year and you're thinking, well, should we go this year? The answer is yes.
Always.
I mean,
Yeah.
frankly, there's a lot going on around the country. There's a lot of worries about tariffs and the economy and that type of thing. This is a free event.
Right.
You don't pay anything for it.
Exactly.
You don't have to buy anything. I mean, you might find some coasters that you like by one of the artists.
Right,
or,
right.
some
I
some
always
handmade
find
earrings.
something.
Or
I always.
yeah, I mean,
yes.
but the art itself is it's a quality of life thing.
Mhm.
Just to come to the festival
Right.
and walk the square with the beautiful trees in the shade. And usually this time of year, the weather is great.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
It's just, it's a perfect thing to bring mom to or your wife and just kind of relax a little. I think we get all wound up so much these days.
Yeah, that's good advice, Jim. I like that. I have a great memory of the Fine Arts Festival on Mother's Day weekend. My mom and I would always go, and she bought this beautiful stained glass piece of artwork. And my mom's no longer with us, but I have that memory and I have that piece of art.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I always look forward to going to this festival.
Oh, yeah.
The things you will find there. I mean, tell us a little bit about the variety.
Well, I spent quite a bit of money last year.
What did you buy, Nikki?
I bought some hanging outdoor, the big bells.
Oh, I love those.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Yes.
And I love it, of course. And then, of course, just the jewelry.
Of course.
And some of the jewelers are just fabulous.
Are you said they're from all over the country. Do we have a lot of local artisans that will be
we
displaying
do.
art?
Yeah, we do,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. Some of our members of our guild, and then some people just, artists around town.
Yes.
And it's a good way for them to get known, even if they don't sell a lot. Mostly they do, but
Sure.
it's fun,
Yes.
and that's one of the perks of working the festival is you get to shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have, just as an example, I mean,
Yes.
we have from down in the valley, we have a mother and a daughter that come up that make jewelry. Well, it's Greek-inspired jewelry, and they lived for many years on the Greek islands,
Oh, how
on
nice.
the island of Crete. So,
Yes.
and so she goes back every year to study new technique and new things.
Beautiful.
And this is something that's affordably priced.
I know
Yes.
exactly who you're talking about.
Wow. Wow. I got to find her.
Yeah, she's great.
Fantastic. So a lot of variety, something for everybody. What are the date or the times?
Time is Saturday, it's 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 4.
9 to 5 and
9
9
to
to 4.
Yeah.
Very good. And will the total courthouse be completely full? Because sometimes you go to some
close,
pretty close, huh?
pretty
Yeah.
close,
Yes.
yeah. Because there's a little bit of green, towards Goodwin usually, but
Yes.
then you come to the food tents and the
Right.
wine and beer tents. So
Yes.
it's pretty full.
Okay, we're going to talk about the wine coming up, but first, tell us what kind of food can people expect at the festival?
Well, there's usually, of course, hot dogs.
Of course.
But there's, I haven't really looked at the list, but there's usually kettle corn. Last year we had these lobster rolls.
Oh, wow.
Were to die for.
Nice.
They were so good.
Nice.
Yeah. And do you remember all the vendors? Because I don't, but There's a good variety.
There's a pretty good mix.
Yeah.
And I mean, you get kind of the traditional stuff that you find when you
At
go to an event
festivals.
like this,
Sure.
right? But by the same token, like last year, like the lobster rolls, that was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That is fantastic. How does this event help arts in our community? Does it support the arts and programs with the Mountain Artists Guild?
Yeah, it really does, because it's like we have been in our location now since 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been to things at Mountain Artists Guild, and people come in and say, I've lived here 40 years, and I didn't know you guys were here. So it's helping us to be more visible, and we're partnering with different organizations like Arizona Phil, that we are doing cross-marketing, and, so we're helping each other.
Right.
We're doing a event with Alta Vista Garden Tour. We're having artists, at the tour that are painting there.
Love it.
And so it's just making art more visible everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
We're tying in with the FIPPA Museum.
Yeah.
We're going to have an art show at the FIPPA Museum next fall. 2026, a year from now. You have to work ahead to
Sure
get in
you
with
do.
the Phippen.
Yeah.
But the funny thing, George Phippen was one of our founders.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, before he went on to find the Cowboy Artists of America in 1965, he founded them. Well, he kind of cut his teeth on a lot of his art with the Mountain Artists Guild.
I love that. I love that piece of history. Wonderful. We're talking with Nikki and Jim this morning about the Mountain Artists Guild Fine Art Festival on Mother's Day weekend around the Courthouse Plaza right here in Prescott. More with Nikki and Jim coming up here on Leza Live. Right now at Pro Solutions Dental Group, they believe a healthy smile starts with healthy gums. Their proactive approach focuses on reducing inflammation and stopping gum disease before it starts, protecting both your oral health and overall well-being. With personalized care and expert guidance, they make it easy to stay ahead of potential issues and keep your smile at its best. Discover the difference a preventative approach can make. Visit Prescott Dentist online, PrescottDentist.com, rather, and or you can give them a call, 928-776-1208.
Real
Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA, chatting with Jim Quinn and Nikki Simonson from the Mountain Artists Guild of Prescott. And we're talking about the Mother's Day Fine Art Festival around the Courthouse Plaza coming up. I mean, this has been going on since 1953. It basically kicks off all the festivals and shows around the Courthouse Plaza for the summer season. And not only will you have fine art and food, you're going to also have a wine and beer tent as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell us about that.
Well, we have a fellow that comes in from Phoenix, and he really takes care of the whole thing. He gets different vineyards to come in, and they have their tents set up inside his wine area that he fences off.
Okay.
7 different this year.
Yep.
Okay.
And he brings in musicians, so it's just a fun time.
Yeah.
You can go there, after, walk around, and then go there and have a little wine or a little beer.
Right.
And a little food.
You guys are taking care of everything.
And you can also buy tickets that allows you to go around and taste at a lot of the different vineyards and maybe find something you really like.
Right.
And you can buy a bottle of it there or order a case.
Very nice. Very nice. So there'll be a tasting as well.
Yep.
Wow, you guys have covered everything. So now this isn't the only event or program that you have at the Mountain Artists Guild. I have some forms in front of me. Let's talk a little bit about your children's summer art camp.
Well, we have 3 sessions, and it goes from 1st grade to 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
And they break them up, of course.
Sure.
And they're usually, one of them is completely sold out already.
Okay.
The first one, and I think one's got 2 spaces and other's got 3 spaces. So they fill up really fast.
Yes.
Because we have artists from the guild that teach them, but that's during the year we have artists from the guild. This is a lady that teaches at Prescott Unified School District.
Oh.
And she comes in and teaches
Amanda
the art.
Chartier, I think, is the name.
Yes.
She was my daughter's art teacher. Yes.
Yes, she's great.
She's fabulous.
Yeah. So she takes care of that, and the kids have a ball. They have come in, and we have upstairs and downstairs classrooms, and they're in the downstairs classroom.
Okay.
And we just can't. We could have 12 classes and fill them all up.
Really?
Yeah.
Lots of interest.
And we also, on a regular basis, we teach after-school art classes for kids.
Okay.
And so we have those after school, and those are open during the school year pretty much.
Wonderful.
And it's 1st through 4th grade, and then 5th through 8th grade.
Okay.
Yep.
And so we separate into those 2 classes.
Sure.
But we have to charge a little something. We're a nonprofit, but we need to keep our doors open.
Right.
So we charge a little something for them. But when you think that your kids can learn art, and really art is healthy for all of us.
Yes.
It's good for our minds. It's good for our body. When you can teach kids art and they can learn art, and you pay less than you pay a babysitter.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All you need to do is get them registered and get them there. How do parents learn more information?
They can go to our website.
Okay.
And it's all there. It's all spelled out. They can sign up online.
Okay.
And it's really easy.
What is the website?
The website is Mountain Artists Guild, and it's artists with an S.
Okay.
Guild.org.
Okay. Very good. How fun. So you said some of the summer camps are already full.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What a fun thing. Now tell us a little bit about the veterans art classes that you guys are providing.
We're really proud of that because the Veterans Hospital buses the guys in usually, but it's open to any veterans in town.
Yeah.
They can just show up. We love them to tell us they're coming because we do feed them.
Okay.
So we could have 5 people or we could have 20 people.
Yes.
So we either have the members bring a big spread for lunch.
How nice.
Or we bring some in, you know, if no one has volunteered.
Yes.
So they get a different art piece that they do every time. It's not always the same thing.
Okay.
So, because we don't always have the same people, can't do a continuing class.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun, and Sparklight has sponsored us now this year.
Nice.
To help us pay for providing the food and the art supplies and all that stuff.
Right.
And the guys have a ball.
We do not charge our veterans.
No, they don't
anything.
charge a thing.
So this is free for
So
veterans.
it's food.
Yes.
It's art supplies. It's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
A couple of Thursdays a month.
Okay.
And then you veterans out there, if you want to come, you're welcome to come. Our only limitation is space.
Right.
And we're not sure how many people we're going to get each week. We
Right.
find out shortly before that day.
Sure.
But if you want to call the Guild and talk to Stephanie at 928-445-2510,
Okay.
you can find out, because we have room for up to 22.
Yes.
And one week we might have 9.
Yeah.
The next week we might have 19.
Right.
So any veteran that's interested that would like to come and join us and get into the other side of your brain and have some art,
Right.
928-445-2510.
I love this, and it's the first and third Thursdays of the
Yeah.
month.
Yeah,
So what a wonderful program.
it is.
How satisfying to be able to give the gift of art and just time. You know,
Yeah.
just spend some time and do that for our veterans
I agree.
that are so deserving. Wonderful. Okay, so you can give that Stephanie that phone call 928-445-2510. And is there information on your website as well
There
about
is.
the veterans art
There is.
classes?
Yeah, it's under
Mount-
classes.
Okay.
Mountain Artists with an S,
Right.
GUILD, guild.org.
Wonderful. Okay, we're going to take another break. And when we
Okay.
come back, I want to talk about the studio on a Larkin. All right. I mean, you guys are there all year round. You've got studio tours,
Gallery.
and
Yeah.
in your gallery, and all sorts of things. So let's talk about that. Coming up.
Fourth Fridays.
You can tell everybody everything when we come back after this quick break. All right? Stay with us. Right now, I want to tell you guys about something so exciting. H2O Health, Water and Health Solutions up in the Pine Ridge Marketplace. They came to my home yesterday to basically take a look to see where they're going to put my whole home water filtration system. I'm so excited about this. From drinking, cooking to bathing, every faucet in my home will be provided with safe and cleaner water. And they basically build a custom water system just for me, which will remove and reduce pesticides, herbicides, arsenic, radium, uranium, and chlorine. I mean, I turn on my faucet and I can smell it. It's there, and I don't want to drink it anymore. So this is very exciting. H2O Health, Water and Health Solutions. You can have a free consultation. Just give them a call, 928-899-7504. We are going up to Pine Ridge Marketplace to the shop today to basically order our system that they're going to come and install. And then I'm going to tell you all how wonderful I feel after drinking this filtered water, because like Vicki always says, you can buy a filter or be a filter. Again, that number, 928-899-7504. And we're back. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM KYCA. We're talking about the Mountain Artists Guild of Prescott this morning. We have Nikki and Jim in. And you guys have open studios that you just invite people to come on out and join you.
We do.
Tell us about it.
Well, we've got on Tuesdays, we've got open studios for still lifes.
Okay.
And then on Wednesday, it's all media. So you can just come and bring what you're working on. And there's people there that'll help you if you need help.
Sure.
There's not a teacher, but it's just come and paint together. And
That's
it's
fun.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
there's a live model.
I have a question.
No.
Will you make fun of me if I bring my paint by numbers portrait of my dog that I'm working on?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I won't bring it. I'll just keep that one at home and not tell anybody about it. Okay, tell me, what else do you offer?
So Fridays, we have the portrait classes.
Okay.
And they do have a live model on Friday.
Oh, neat.
And it's, I don't do that because I don't paint portraits,
Yeah.
but it's the people that are there are really, really good artists.
Wow.
And they just, all the lights are down and quiet.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice. How fun.
And then we've also got, on Saturday, we've got, I think it's twice a month, the wood carvers.
Oh.
And they come, and if you want to come and learn how to carve, we've got a fellow that makes these beautiful canes. And all carved up. They're just gorgeous. So you can do that too.
Very good.
Yeah.
You're an artist, Nikki. What is your medium?
Mostly oils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Not
that's why.
paint by
That's
numbers.
why you're making fun of me. That's why when it's done, you're not going to be able to tell
No,
that I
you
use
won't.
numbers. Very cool. Very nice. All right, let's talk about Fourth Friday Art Walk. You guys just had one.
We did.
Invite everybody down.
Yeah, it's great. We have, like Jim was saying, we have great art that's not very expensive in comparison to what you find downtown or, other places.
Right.
And they're really wonderful artists.
Yes.
And so we've got food and wine and music, and you just hang out and have a good time.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, 5 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
every fourth Friday. So if you're listening to us right now, just go ahead and walk over to that calendar on the wall and circle the fourth Friday of the month.
It's a free event. Why not?
It is free. Yeah.
And there's no charge. I mean, if you want to drop $1 in the glass for a glass of wine or something, that's fine.
Right.
But we want people to come out and enjoy the art, because it turns out that just viewing art or doing art is really healthy for our brains.
Yes.
I'm reading a book called Your Brain on Art that came out about 1.5 years ago. And it's healthy for us because it's different than all the usual stuff we do.
Right.
And it slows us down to a different pace and takes us to a different spot in our brain.
I love it. I love it so much. And you said that you're always open for volunteers as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. And do you have to qualify to be a member?
No, not at all. You
okay.
can just join. We have different levels that you can join at. And you just join, and then you volunteer, and you have to learn how to use the system, so it's not hard.
Sure.
So come on down. We need volunteers.
Okay.
Always, especially the festivals.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So.
Well, let's go back to what we started talking about earlier, and that's the big fine art festival and fine art and wine festival, we should say, right?
Yeah, and craft beer too, if you're so inclined.
Okay, craft beer as well. Coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, Mother's Day weekend. It's a big weekend. What mom wouldn't love to go down to the Courthouse Plaza, stroll around, and check out all the beauty? And,
Absolutely.
Yeah, enjoy a glass of wine and some live music. And you said there's going to be 110 artists there with booths, all sorts of variety, and it's a juried group. So
it is.
they've been hand-picked to be part of this festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think of art necessarily as a part of the economy, but we've been a part of the fabric of tourism for the city of Prescott since 1953.
Yeah, isn't that so?
We love people to come down and just look at the art.
Sure.
And if you don't need to buy anything, just come on down and enjoy it. And that actually helps us, because the more people that come and walk around the plaza, it actually benefits the exhibitors and the vendors, and they're happier, so they're more likely to come back again next year.
Right.
And also, we're not only drawing from our immediate area, which a lot of people do come right from our immediate area.
Sure.
We're drawing from all over, and so it's a tourism
Yeah,
event.
it's about 14,000 people that come.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What do you attribute the longevity of this festival to? As it's been here a long time.
It has. I think that
Oh, we're out of time. And it was such a good question.
It was a good question.
Stubbornness. We'll just say stubbornness.
There you go. Thank you both for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.